Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of Fast Break Bets, presented by Betting Pros. You know me, no voice, no guy. It's me, really real, villain real. Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Don't let my ring light almost falling distract you from the fact that I'm supposed to be playing this today.
How about if you sweep it out?
What's the point? I can't do anything right.
You'll do fine.
Hey, pal. You just blowing from stupid.
Yep, I did. Very much so. And you know what? By the way, I am recording this not pretty early, but like earlier than I normally am. The game prior has not finished. I had the late game has not finished. I had James Harden over 9.5 assists. He currently has 5 with 4:32 left in the third. And I'm telling you right now, I'm calling it. I called it in the first half when he started the first half. Well, when he finished the first half with 2 assists. So I have gone ahead and said, yeah, this isn't working out here. We're not going to get the James Harden play to work out for us. But hey, if something magical happens, then I guess. But you're not expecting it from me right now. I think we're having an 0-2 day. I'm playing the drop because I'm almost positive that James Harden is not about to pull these 5 assists out his behind and get a nice cover and win for us as the Clippers are really getting all they can handle with the Chicago Bulls here down by 6 in the third quarter. So don't got to worry about me. I have went ahead and graded that as a L. And the Grizzlies laying 4.5. That was a L. Grizzlies went down early, went down big early in this game and had to battle back and play back and pull back from behind to get a win. However, at the end, and it was a point where I was like, man, we could still get this cover. And the Timberwolves just did enough. Nas Reed, I think it was, hit a really big three that trimmed the lead down to 3. And then it was just like you were playing a game at that point, and we weren't able to get it. So Grizzlies get the win, don't get the cover. It's all right. That's cool. Fine. 0-2 day. Had a really good weekend. A little bit of a down to earth here this day, but I got 2 plays that I feel pretty confident in. So I'm gonna really run this back. I wish I had got into some unrivaled basketball for the slate. I didn't. Also, by the way, update for Unrivaled. A bunch of things. There are only a select number of places that can bet Unrivaled. You have Colorado, Illinois, Kansas, Maryland, North Carolina, ONCA. I think that's Ontario, Canada. Can one of my Canada people help me and just make sure that's what that is? OR. OR. That's not Oregon. Because Oregon doesn't have sports betting, do they? Or do they? You know what? I don't think about the state of Oregon that much. I really don't. Wow. OR. I'm pretty sure OR is Oregon, but Oregon has sports betting? Hmm. Could be something else. I'm gonna have to look into that later. Tennessee, Washington, and Wyoming. That is the only places where you can bet Unrivaled. So I'm still gonna give out plays, and of course, I'm still gonna find a way to get my bet in. Don't tell on me. But that is definitely coming up. I've looked at those teams over the first weekend. I'm gonna spend over the course of this week kind of looking at it a little bit deeper, but I already kind of had some feelings about how I feel about some teams. There's a few 2-0 teams, a few 0-2 teams, and so I'm gonna be very, very interested. Check this out the next weekend, this following weekend of Unrivaled. We're gonna get a lot more bets and a lot more action going in there, but definitely looking forward to cover that league for all the places that can bet Unrivaled, unlike the state of Virginia. Man, mm, It's really annoying, Virginia. A lot of places, New York can't bet unrivaled either. Man, that sucks as well. So, a lot of places that can't get unrivaled bets, but those places that I did list can. Just wanted to go ahead and make that known for the people that didn't know. All right, now let's go ahead and get ready to lock into the two plays. But first, I got to remind you to get that Betting Pros app, prop bet cheat sheet over there in Betting Pros app. You can track all your bets in one place with the Betting Pros app. You have player prop picks. You can get game picks in there. You can follow me, Terrell Furman, over there in the Betting Pros app. Just give me a search in the search bar or any of the analysts over there in the Betting Pros circuit. You can do all of that locking in the Betting Pros app. It's easier, smarter way to become a better with the Betting Pros app. So why wouldn't you do it? I mean, it is way better for you. You can track everything. You have all the tools you need. It's like a Walmart. It's like a Walmart. You know how you can go to Walmart and get whatever you need. You need cash a check. You need to go grocery shopping. You need to get your oil change. You need to get your hair done. You need to get your eyes checked. You can do all of that. You need to get some new shoes. You can do all of that in Walmart. Everything you can do about betting, you can do it with the Betting Pros app. So go get that Betting Pros app in the App Store, Google Play Store, or wherever you get your app store. All right, two plays. First up, I will use that Betting Pros app that we just talked about, and I'll give out a player prop here. I like Paolo Banchero going up against Toronto Raptors. He has a points and assists line of 28 and a half. I like him to go over that points and assists line of 28 and a half. The Betting Pros prop bet cheat sheet likes it as well. They have given him a 62% cover probability. They have projected for 30.6 points and assists for him to go over. Now, it hasn't looked too good for Paulo in the last 4 games. He was really good to start the season. He's just started to come back from injury. He's had some good games. He just hasn't been able to get over this line. But if you look at the competition, ignoring his first game back against the Philadelphia 76ers, who are a bad, horrible basketball team that I've told you guys about a million times, the Bucks been playing some really solid basketball. The Celtics play some really solid basketball, and Denver has woken up over the past few weeks, and they have been look a lot better and way, way better from where they started the season. So I can see and I can understand why Paolo just hasn't had that game where he was able to go off and completely take over and look like that Paolo Banchero from before the injury, where we were like, oh man, this guy, another all-star year, big step forward for Paolo Banchero. He's going to have that in this Toronto Raptors game. I still am fading the Toronto Raptors defensively, one of the worst defenses in the entire NBA. Paolo Banchero's been very good against Toronto in terms of this line. He's actually gone over this points and assist line in 4 of his last 6 games against the Toronto Raptors. He's had some good outings. He's been able to set up his teammates. One of the more underrated aspects of his game is his passing ability and his playmaking ability, not just to be able to create a shot for himself, but be able to create shots for his teammates. I am really, really looking forward to a huge Paolo Banchero game here where he is able to get going on the points and assists line. So I think Paolo Banchero is in good market here to go over 28 and a half points and assists. I agree with the prop bet cheat sheet. I think he's closer to 30 here today. I think he can score close to that on his own. So the assists are going to be a nice little bump up for us. All right. So that's play number one. Going with Paolo Banchero over 28 and a half points and assists. Play number two. We're going to the late game. And we have the Washington Wizards going on the road, going to play the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers are laying 12 and a half for some crazy and explainable reason. 231 is the total. Very, very tempted to go Wizards plus 2.5, plus 12 and a half here, because there's no reason the Lakers should be laying this amount of points against anybody. However, if the Lakers do anything right, they beat up on bad teams. That's just what they do. They beat up on bad teams. If they do anything right, they're going to go and they're going to beat up on bad teams. Now, I can't lay anything with the Lakers. I can't. I think the Lakers are horrible. I think they suck. I think there's nothing at all possibly relatively good about them whatsoever. However, What I do also know is I do also know that this Wizards team is absolutely god awful. I mean, horribly awful. I mean, inexplicably bad. And we've talked about it. We found different ways to back them over the course of the year, but we faded them more often than not. Looking at the Wizards and the points total that they've given up in the last 5 games, and hold your purses here. 139. Oh, I'm sorry, 136. Let me not give them 3 extra points. 136, 120, 130, 122, 123. That is what the Wizards are giving up. They are so bad defensively, it doesn't feel like they're trying. And for a Lakers team who cannot do anything, and I mean anything, against teams with a winning record, they do find ways to come in and beat up on teams with a bad record and have what they deem to be a quote unquote good game. So I am very tempted, very, very, very tempted to say Lakers team total over. However, 122.5 is a little steep for my blood, even though it really shouldn't be because this Wizards team is horrible. So I'm going to trust my gut. And what I said, I think the Wizards are going to be able to do something in this game because the Lakers should not be 12.5 point favorites over anybody. I'm going to take the over overall. I think the Wizards are going to do their part of the scoring. Maybe this game looks ugly, but I think the Wizards are going to do their part. And I don't have to play with the 12.5 points because the Wizards are bad enough not to cover the line against the Lakers, and the Lakers are bad enough to let the Wizards in the game. And so you look at the total of 231.5. Actually, the last 5 games between these two teams, the total has gone over 231 in each of those 5 games. These have been higher scoring games. You remember they had the big Russell Westbrook trade with Kyle Kuzma and some players going over, and it's been kind of all smoke up since then. So I think it's another situation where the Wizards, who are in a horrible, horrible season, find a way to get up for this game. And I think they find a way to get up for this game by just going out there and playing with a bunch of pace that they've been able to play with, matching the Lakers, and then also just being able to pick their spots and really attack a Lakers defense that isn't anything to write home about. They have gotten up in good spots against bad offenses, but they've also given up a lot of points over the course of 5 games, over the course of the last 10 games, over the course of the entire season. This Lakers defense has been inconsistent at best. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let's go with over 231 in the Lakers and the Wizards for the nightcap on the slate. And those are my two plays. We're going to have Lakers Wizards over 231. And we're going to take Paolo Banchero to go over 28.5 points and assists for hopefully what should be a bounce back day for Fast Break Bets Pod. All right. I'm at really real __. Give us a follow on X. Give us a follow at Betting Pros on X and TikTok if you still have it. Give us a follow on at Betting Pros NFL on Instagram and youtube.com/Betting Pros, where you can subscribe and drop a comment on this Fast Break Bets video or any Fast Break Bets video and have a chance to win a Trae Young autograph jersey that will be given away the first week of February. So make sure you go ahead and do that. With that, yeah, that's really it. I don't have anything else to say. Nothing else to do. Nothing else to say. No other way of ending podcasts. I'm just gonna end it like this. Let's have a bounce back day. We are out of here.